If you have an L4-5 or L5-S1 disc bulge and walking feels painful or unstable, stop relying only on stretches or random exercises. In this video, I'll show you the only 3 exercises you need to walk more steadily, relieve disc pressure, and finally feel more confident on your feet again. I see patients every week who can't walk across a room without pain shooting down their leg or the fear of losing their balance. These 3 moves help change that. And at the end of the video, I'll share the biggest mistake people make when they try to walk it off with disc pain and how to avoid it so your recovery actually lasts. Before we jump into the first exercise, let's talk about why walking is so painful when you have a disc problem. A lot of people think that the answer is just to stretch out the tight muscles in their legs. The problem is, those stretches don't change what's really going on. They might feel good for a few minutes, but they don't take the pressure off the disc or stop the nerve from being irritated. When a lumbar disc bulges, it can press on the nerve root that controls your leg. That nerve doesn't like being crowded. It swells, gets inflamed, and becomes extra sensitive. So every time you try to take a step, the impact goes right through that area and flares up again. That's why you feel unstable, weak, or like you just can't trust your leg when you're walking. The key isn't endless stretching. The key is reducing the pressure at the disc and building stability so the nerve can calm down. That's exactly what the first exercise does. It helps centralize the pain and gives the disc space to breathe. The first exercise is called prone lumbar extension. I'm going to show you 3 variations of it so you can maximize the pressure relief on the bulging disc and relieve leg pain. We'll start with the easiest version, supported on your forearms. The reason we use lumbar extension is because the gentle backward bending can nudge the disc material forward towards the center of the spine and away from the nerve roots. As pressure and irritation drop, pain settles, your nervous system lets your muscles fire more cleanly. That means better coordination, steadier balance, and more confidence with every step you take. Start by laying face down on a firm surface like a mat or carpet. Rest your forehead on a folded towel or on your hands so your neck can relax. Slide your elbows under your chest and then inch them forward until they land in a comfortable spot. Think of a relaxed Sphinx position. Let your hips and pelvis stay heavy against the floor and let your glutes and legs stay soft. You're not pushing. You're allowing your lower back to gently settle into a small, comfortable arch. Breathe slowly through your nose. With every exhale, let your belly soften into the floor and allow a little bit more effortless extension. Hold this forearm prop for 10 to 20 seconds, and as you get more comfortable, work up to 30 seconds per hold. Come down flat for 10 seconds between holds and then repeat. Aim for 5 to 10 reps per session and do 1 to 2 sessions per day, ideally morning and evening. A mild localized backache is fine. Sharp pain, increasing leg symptoms, or symptoms spreading further down your leg are your cues to stop and return to a flatter position or skip the set. In this position gives you consistent relief. You're ready for a little more. We'll step up to the next variation to deepen the disc unloading and accelerate centralization. Once you're comfortable with the forearm version, you can progress to the full prone extension. Begin face down on a mat or firm surface with your palms flat under your shoulders as if you're about to do a push-up. Keep your hips and pelvis relaxed against the floor and let your legs stay heavy. Slowly press into your hands and extend your elbows, lifting your chest away from the ground while keeping your hips in contact with the surface. You should feel a gentle arch in your lower back. Avoid tensing your glutes or forcing the motion. Think of letting the spine settle into extension rather than diving into it. Hold the extended pose for 10 to 20 seconds, gradually working up to 30 seconds per hold. Lower yourself back down to the starting position and rest for 10 seconds and repeat. Again, aim for 5 to 10 reps per session, once or twice a day. Many people notice that their leg pain begins to centralize, moving up towards the lower back, which is a positive sign that pressure is easing off the nerve. Now, if your leg pain is still more dominant than your back pain, there's a helpful variation we can add to specifically target your leg pain and provide even greater relief. If your disc bulge is causing pain that runs down your leg, especially below the knee, there's a variation of the prone extension that can provide even greater relief. This version adds a gentle lateral shift before the extension, which helps guide the disc away from the irritated nerve. Start by laying face down on a mat. If your pain is on the left, carefully shift your hips slightly to the right, away from the painful side. If your pain is on the right, shift your hips to the left. The lateral shift is always away from the side of leg pain. Keep your chest and shoulders centered so the movement comes only from your hips. Once in this off-centered position, place your elbows under your chest as you did in the first version. Relax your hips and legs and allow your lower back to settle. Hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds, working up to 30 seconds. Then come back flat for another 10 seconds. Again, repeat 5 to 10 reps once or twice a day, morning and evening. When you're comfortable with the forearm version, progress to the advanced version by pressing up onto your hands with your elbows extended, just like the full extension. Keep your hips shifted away from the painful side as you lift your chest, letting your pelvis stay heavy against the floor. Hold 10 to 20 seconds, gradually increasing to 30 seconds, and then lower back down. Again, repeat 5 to 10 reps. Now, if any of these extensions increase your pain, cause symptoms to spread further down your leg, or you feel sharp pain, stop immediately. That's your body telling you you're not ready for this version yet. Now that we've used extension to centralize and calm the nerve, the next step is to build stability so your spine and legs can stay steady with every step you take. The next exercise is the bird dog. This move is one of the most effective ways to strengthen the gluteus maximus, retrain stability, and restore normal walking mechanics when you have a lumbar disc bulge, herniation, or sciatica. Patients with disc injuries often lose proper glute activation. The gluteus maximus is your strongest hip extensor, and together with the hamstrings, it powers the first push that gets your body moving with every step. When it shuts down from pain or nerve irritation, walking feels weak, unstable, and exhausting. That's why targeting it is so critical. Start on your hands and knees with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Engage your core lightly so your back stays flat and your spine steady. From here, slowly extend your right leg straight back while reaching your left arm forward. Keep your hips level and avoid letting your lower back sag or twist. Hold this position briefly, then return to the starting position and switch sides, extending your left leg and right arm. That completes 1 rep. Perform 10 reps, starting with 1 set, and as you get stronger, work up to 3 sets per session, and this can be done 3 times per week. What makes the bird dog especially powerful is the cross-crawl movement pattern. Extending your opposite arm and leg activates both sides of the brain at the same time, retraining balance and coordination at a deep neurological level. At the same time, the multifidus, a small but critical stabilizer muscle in the lower back, engages to keep your spine steady. This is the muscle that keeps your spine aligned and protects your lower back every time you walk. By combining glute activation, cross-body control, and spinal stabilization, the bird dog not only helps relieve pain, but also rebuilds the foundation you need to walk with more strength and confidence. Now that you've learned how to strengthen the glutes and retrain stability with the bird dog, let's move on to an exercise that targets the side stabilizers. These muscles are just as important for keeping your step steady and your spine protected. The third exercise is the modified side plank. For patients with lumbar disc bulge or herniation, one of the biggest challenges with walking is side-to-side stability. Every step you take isn't just moving forward. Your body also has to control the shifting of weight from one leg to the other. That requires strong oblique muscles at the side of the core, as well as lateral stabilizers of the hips. When these muscles are weak, walking feels unsteady, your balance suffers, and the strain shifts back to your spine, which can worsen disc pain. Training these stabilizers directly makes walking smoother, safer, and far less painful. To perform the modified side planks, start lying on your side with your elbow directly under your shoulders and your knees bent. Keep your forearm flat on the floor and stack your hips and knees so you form a straight body line from your shoulders to your knees. From here, gently lift your hips off the floor until your body is supported by your elbow and the side of your knee. Engage your core and keep your spine in line, avoiding twisting or sagging. Hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds to start and gradually work up to 30-second holds. Lower back down, rest for 10 seconds, and then repeat. Perform 8 to 10 reps per side, starting with 1 set and working up to 3 sets per session. This exercise can be done 3 times per week. By strengthening the obliques and hip stabilizers, you'll give your spine critical support every time you shift your weight while walking. This means less wobbling, less stress on the injured disc, and a more confident, balanced stride. Now that we've worked on extension for relief, stability for control, and side support for balance, let's talk about the most common mistake patients make after finishing these exercises and how to avoid them so your progress actually lasts. We've just gone through the 3 most effective exercises for taking pressure off your disc and making walking easier. But here's the reality. Even if you do these moves, certain habits can quietly undo your progress. One mistake I see often is walking through the pain. Patients tell me, I thought if I just kept moving, the pain would loosen up. The problem is, forcing long walks when the nerve is irritated usually just makes symptoms worse. Short, steady walks with breaks are often better than pushing your limits all at once. Another common mistake is skipping core and hip work. A lot of people focus only on stretches or light movements and never strengthen the muscles that stabilize the spine. Without stability, every step you take keeps jarring that disc and nerve. That's why the exercises we just went through are so important. They address the weakness most people overlook. The third mistake is inconsistency. Doing these exercises once or twice or only when you're in pain won't change how your body moves long term. The patients who see real progress are the ones who make these part of their regular routine, even when they're feeling better. By avoiding these mistakes, you can give your disc and your nervous system the best chance to settle, heal, and stay calm while walking. You now have a simple 3-exercise routine that can help you calm disc pain, improve balance, and make walking feel steadier and more confident. Give them a try and keep me posted. I'd love to hear which exercise you like the best and which one made the biggest difference in your pain. If you found value in this video, make sure to like and share it with someone who can use the help. And if you want more proven strategies to relieve disc pain, avoid setbacks, and get back to living the way you want, be sure to subscribe to my channel now if you haven't already. I upload a new video every week. The next video you should watch is this one: the big mistake people make with a lumbar disc bulge that slows healing and increases pain. Go watch this video next.